What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video breaking down the showdown between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is for the Super Bowl. This is the final showdown video we'll probably have for the season. If you are new to the channel since the NFL season, you're in for a treat once the season ends and MLB gets here because it's going to be fun. So if you have not already checked out our playlist from how we broke down every single game, pitcher, batter, everything in those games for MLB, go check it out. But you guys are here for the NFL. One final time for a showdown. We did this all season. We are going to give you some statistics and key strategies of building your lineups. We're going to build lineups on DraftKings. We're going to build lineups on FanDuel and even a couple of lineups on Yahoo for you crazy people that play over on Yahoo. So stick around, buckle up, let's have some fun. So we are using our matchup tool, which is a completely free tool you can find under the NFL tab, under the matchup tool here. Now, we look at this game, and whether or not you want to break down, however you want to break down the defenses. Here's how you read this, and hopefully it's good for you. So these are the defenses. These are the stats they gave up to the opposing teams. We took away the season-long ones, and these are stats in the playoffs. So every team has 2 games played except for the Chiefs. We've got rushing allowed to quarterbacks, fantasy points allowed per game given up to DraftKings on FanDuel, depending on whichever site you play on. And then these are the players or the teams to target and the players in those positions. So looking at the Kansas City or Buffalo at Kansas City, the Chiefs right now are a 1.5 point favorite with a 48.5 over-under. So it is a higher over-under than the Washington and Philly game. And if you have not already checked that out, I will link that breakdown for the showdown at the end of this video. So we broke that down for you. We got both games showdown broken down, and then be on the lookout because we are going to break down the 2-game main slate conference championship using SaberSim. We're going to update the rankings, the projections, and we're even going to bump it up. We're going to build some lineups, FanDuel, DraftKings, and Yahoo as well. So, in this instance, you are looking at Kansas City and Buffalo. Buffalo has given up the most amount of fantasy points in the 2 games against the quarterback, so Mahomes makes sense. And then Chiefs have been really good. It's been 1 game, though, so against CJ Stroud. So you never know. But you've got the Chiefs being pretty good against the opposing quarterback. But again, it is, in fact, Josh Allen who can run it in against you. I know the Chiefs' run defense has been pretty good, but it's Josh Allen. This is the matchup the NFL wanted. Looking at running backs, Kansas City has given up the second most. Last week, we're looking at James Cook. We're looking at Ray Davis if he sneaks in and takes a touchdown away from our James Cook play in our parlay, but that's okay. And then the Bills have been really good in the 2 games against the run, so maybe Pacheco's doesn't get it done. Maybe Kareem Hunt doesn't get it done. We will see. Wide receivers, back-to-back. The Chiefs rank 7th, 27.8 fantasy points last week. We're looking at Khalil Shakir. We're looking at, there's just so many. Keon Coleman. There's so many different ways that they can beat you, the Bills, and it just depends on what the Chiefs are going to bring to the table. And then we look at the Bills. They have been the best team in 2 games against the opposing wide receivers. So maybe Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, maybe they get shut down. Maybe the Bills' defense is sneaky here. Maybe everyone's on the Chiefs and it's going to be the Bills. We will see. And then we go to tight end. Bills have given up 15.1, so you're looking at Travis Kelce. And then the Chiefs have given up 11.5 on DraftKings, so you're looking at Dawson Knox, you're looking at Dalton Kincaid. So if you want to check that out in its entirety, again, right there, it is the first tab under the NFL tab at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So that being said, we are going to go over statistics from the 2023 to the current full season of 2024, which we're very excited about. This is based off of DraftKings data, but you can utilize that and put it in there for FanDuel and DraftKings. So we are looking 84% of the winning lineups contained at least 1 quarterback since last year. Josh Allen's the dude for me. Patrick Mahomes is there too. There's probably a way we could get both quarterbacks in here, but you're going to have to find some value. Only 6% of the winning lineups use the entire $50,000 salary, where the average winning lineup used $47,500. So you can kind of see they left $2,500 on the table. 16% of the winning lineups had a $200 or less player. I don't foresee that happening in this game either, just like the other game. Like, Shavers, I mean, he had one good game, one catch for 69 yards and a touchdown. That's where his points came from. He's still 200. I don't know if he'll be in here. It's definitely one to look at. Carson Steele, he was the number, technically, he was supposed to be that dude all year. I mean, no touchdowns, 183 yards. Didn't do anything against Houston, against Dallas when he was the starter, 25 yards. I don't think, I just don't see a $200 player being anything that we need in this game. But 80% of the winning lineups had a $4,000 player or less. So that opens up the Chiefs and Bills defense. That opens up Kincaid, Tyler Johnson, or Ty Johnson. We know that he can, you can see, he had 15 against Denver. 9 attempts, 2 catches, 1 receiving touchdown. Then he had that huge game for 114 receiving yards against Detroit. And was it a different game too? Or no, that was the big game. He's had some double-digit games. At 3,400, if you make multiple lineups, Ty Johnson, I think you want to get him in there. Everyone's going to be on James Cook. Everyone's going to be on Ray Davis. But Ty Johnson could be a sneaky pick. And he's more expensive than Ray Davis, which is wild to me. You got Juju is there, Noah Gray, which I love Noah Gray. You got Mac Hollins, who's crazy in real life. You got Curtis Samuel. Like, there's a ton of great. Dalton Knox is 1,600. Samaje Perine is 12 last week. Only 1 target, didn't do anything, but he can also vulture a touchdown. I think Kareem Hunt vultures a touchdown, though. I think he gets a touchdown. Yeah, so stack percentages. Here's how. So they think it's going to be a close game, but the Chiefs winning. So I love the Bills in this one. But a 4-2 stack took it down 44% of the time. So if you think a team's going to be playing from behind, get them as your 4-2 stack, the Bills. 3-3 stack 36% of the time. 5-1 stack only 21% of the time. And this is where boys become men or girls become women or whatever. This is where you got to break it down. This is where the MVP or the captain spot makes the most sense. So breaking down the players or the positions, 39% of the winning lineups contained a wide receiver in the winning lineup. 28% of the time it was a running back. So James Cook is very expensive. James Cook is the second highest priced guy against Kansas City, which is wild because Kansas City is really good against the run. So that seems off for the price. Quarterback, 17% of the time. I could definitely see Josh Allen doing it. Definitely could see Josh Allen doing it. Tight end was 7% of the time. So Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox is very cheap. So if you look at Dawson Knox down here, Kincaid is 5,400. Noah Gray is 3,000. Dawson Knox is 24. So if you put him there, you are averaging 9,000 the rest of the way. You could go so many different directions. Defense was 7% of the time as well. And then a kicker was only 2% of the time. I don't see a kicker winning it in the MVP spot, but if anyone could do it, it'd be Tyler Bass for sure. I could see Tyler Bass doing it. You could look at Harrison Butker, who is back. You could look at him as well. So just different directions and how to go about it, I could see in different ways. So that being said, it is time. It is time to build a few lineups on DraftKings, on FanDuel, and on Yahoo. So if we are looking at certain directions, you want to see if we can get both of the quarterbacks in there. While I think a lot of people are going to be on Josh Allen as your MVP, let's see if we can get Mahomes in there, but also get both quarterbacks in there. So let's say he throws it to Travis Kelce, who's only 9,000, which doesn't make sense, but we know. Shakir at 8,800. The pricing's so weird. So now we're at 2,800. I think we could get the 2 tight ends. Kincaid in there. And I'm not talking about Dawson Knox. I'm talking about Noah Gray. Now, Noah Gray's been sneaky. He's had some sneaky games when Kelce hasn't been doing it. He's got 5 sneaky touchdowns, 450 yards. Their game plan Travis Kelce. What are they going to do? They're going to throw it to Noah Gray. Would not surprise me in the least. This is one lineup: Mahomes, MVP, and the rest all the way down. Now, the pricing's weird if you don't go with a James Cook. But let's see if we get a Josh Allen in here. What could we do with the Josh Allen? He's very expensive, but we'll put Mahomes in there as well. Let's see, can we get Kelce? We obviously want Kincaid in there being cheap, but a little bit better. So we're at 5,000 the rest of the way. So you could look at like a Hollywood Brown, an Amari Cooper, a Ty Johnson, be a sneaky one. Mac Hollins, Noah Gray. So if we put Gray in there, we're at 8,000. We can afford Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. I love how Hunt is more expensive than Pacheco, where Pacheco is supposed to be the number one guy. But let's go Kareem Hunt. People beyond Pacheco, let's go Kareem Hunt. You got Josh Allen at the top, Patrick Mahomes, Kelce, Kincaid, Gray, and Hunt. You've got a 4-2 stack with Kansas City. And we'll build one more lineup. Let's get a little creative. The way we're going to go about this. So, we look at this. Depending. James Cook, he's interesting, but I don't think I want to put him in the captain spot. I would look at, to get creative and off the wall, I don't think a lot of people will be doing this. I could be wrong. Let's go Travis Kelce at 13.5. You obviously want Patrick Mahomes to throw it to him. We can afford to get in Josh Allen. Let's go Xavier Worthy. So we're at 32.5. Again, it's coming back. All things coming back gray. So now we have 4,500. So you're looking at Keon Coleman, Chiefs, Bills defense, Kincaid, Ty Johnson could be sneaky. Let's go with Dalton Kincaid. Sneaky one. We got 3 tight ends yet again. We got a 4-2 stack with Kansas City. I don't mind that whatsoever. Now let's look at FanDuel. It's a little bit different. $10,000 more in salary, one less position. Pricing's a little bit different. Josh Allen, let's put him at the top. Can we get both of these quarterbacks in there? Can we throw to Travis Kelce? So I'm curious what Knox. So Kincaid is 9,500. That's the difference. Like the pricing there is different. Kincaid at 9,500. You've got Knox at 6. You got Noah Gray at 7. So if we go Dawson Knox there, we've got 9,000 to work with. You can go Tyler Bass, Harrison Butker. You could leave money on the table. You could go Keon Coleman. You could go Ty Johnson. But we didn't put a kicker last time. Let's put a kicker. Let's put Harrison Butker. Kicking it home. We left no money on the table. I don't play this, so I only got 10 cents. You know what? I'll play it. I'll build 2 lineups. My last 10 cents on FanDuel that I don't play. So that's one. So let's look at the second one. I think this obviously makes sense. But for an MVP spot, yeah, let's go Mahomes. Let's go Mahomes. So 15, you're saving $2,000. Now he's obviously, I think we got it. They're going to rely on Travis Kelce a lot. If he gets open down the middle, it's over. Like last week, Travis Kelce was open down the middle for no reason. 117 yards, 8 targets. I think we're going to see those targets. He's got back-to-back games with touchdowns. It makes sense. It would not surprise me. Let's go Xavier Worthy. So this is obviously a heavy Kansas City stack. Come down a little bit. Dalton Kincaid at 9.5. And now we're at 11.5. Kareem Hunt, Hollywood Brown. Let's go Kareem Hunt against Buffalo. They have given up some runs this year. 4-1 stack here. Kansas City, and then Kincaid is our only Buffalo guy. So you got that. And we'll do one more. We'll go off the wall a little bit since the pricing's a little bit different. Kind of just looking at what position was in the spot that, percentage-wise was in the winning lineups. It depends on where you want to go. Travis Kelce's at 13, but we did that. If you think the run's going to be a little bit different, you could do that. I could see. But let's get a little crazy. Let's say we have a vintage. Now, I'm not saying this is possible. This is a tournament-only build. Let's say we have a vintage DeAndre Hopkins game. 9,500. 12-6 the rest of the way. You can almost afford everybody. I think we get both quarterbacks in here. I think that makes sense. So we're at 92 the rest of the way. You could look at Harrison Butker. You could look at Tyler Bass. We have not used Tyler Bass yet. Let's use him. Now we either get Kincaid or we get Butker if you think both of them are going to be in there. Let's put Dalton Kincaid in here. I don't like how Dalton Kincaid's price is this much higher than it is on DraftKings, but that's the difference. So we are looking here at a 3-2 stack with Buffalo. Josh Allen throwing it to Dalton Kincaid. Tyler Bass. You got Hopkins being a wild pick, but again, we're building tournament lineups. So those are DraftKings, those are FanDuel. Now, we'll build a couple on Yahoo. Not a ton of you play. The pricing's different. It's a superstar instead of MVP or captain. The pricing you can see, 38 for Allen, 29 for Mahomes. Let's put Mahomes in the superstar spot. Let's have him throwing it to Travis Kelce because why wouldn't he? We've got, I think Noah Gray makes sense. He's $10. That allows us to get Josh Allen in there. Now we have $21. We're looking at Shakir. We're looking at Kareem Hunt. Obviously, I want Shakir because I want Josh Allen throwing it to somebody. A 3-2 stack there. So that is one lineup that we will enter. Maybe. Okay. And then I can't. It's dumb. I've got money. I took down a tournament this year. I think week 9 or week 12. We took down a $150 first place prize, but I can't play anything that is in money. So we'll just build a dummy lineup that makes sense. We'll do one more. Josh Allen at the top. I think we can get Mahomes in there. I think we can get Kelce in there. Now we're averaging 15 the rest of the way. Again, let's put Shakir. And then we're at $10, and I think we go down to, you could look at Mac Hollins, Dawson Knox. I think Noah Gray, just something in my gut, in my plums, is telling me Noah Gray is going to have a good game. I could be wrong, but that is the breakdown. We've looked at it. If you have not already, check out fantasyteamadvisors.com. Sign up for FTA Plus. Get every sport. We do not have MMA this weekend. I thought we did. So we just got NBA. PGA is going to be done on Saturday. But yeah, we're going to have the breakdown. Check out the breakdown from the Philly-Washington showdown, and then we're going to break down the 2 main slate games and have some fun with it. So that's what I've got in this video. Any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below or in our free Discord. Let's have fun this weekend. Final NFL weekend before the Super Bowl. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.